Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Daniel Kross, and today we're going to be playing Titanfall. Now, I'm going to be playing Attrition on Rise. Now, this is kind of the game mode that I think is probably everyone's favorite. I haven't played it a whole lot. I think I'm only about level 35 now, which is, only maybe 4 or 5 hours I spent on it. I haven't really sat down and had enough time because of school, and then trying to get some other videos made for my channel. But I'm using the Longbow DMR. You can see the class setup at the very beginning. I wanted to have that there. If you guys don't know what it is, go ahead and pause it and go back and look. The Titan setup is a little questionable. I really don't like the railgun, but overall, I wanted just to kind of test things out. And one thing that I didn't know is when you're dropping into this game, there's these little cords, and you can pretty much run along on them. I had no idea. Like, this is the first time I found out you can just ride, and it pulls you along. Now, this is actually really cool because when you're dropping into the game, if you fall on top of one and press X, you automatically start going onto it. So at the very start, you can kind of like run around, and this is just me playing around with the physics, testing out how it works. And the first time I ever saw that, I was like, man, I was really impressed by it. It kind of added it to the vertical element and the mobility of the game, and it's really impressive to me having that feature. But other than that, overall first impressions, I really do like this game. I do feel that a lot of people thought it was going to be a Call of Duty killer, and in my opinion, it's not a Call of Duty killer. It is just a game of its own. It is in its new genre. It is by itself. It's completely different. It's not something that we can really compare to other games. If we were to make comparisons, I would probably say, Halo, Battlefield, Call of Duty. All of these games are kind of, separate. They're in their own world. And that's what Titanfall is. Everyone's realizing that, oh, Titanfall's not a COD killer, it's just another first-person shooter. But at the same time, it's a very well-made first-person shooter. I love this game. As far as how it plays, some of the maps are pretty cool. I think they had 15 maps on launch, which that's a lot of maps. But the dynamics that you have to this game are pretty incredible. Being able to run around maps, being able to keep yourself mobile running, that's something new that we haven't seen a lot of. Sniping in the game is, it's a little bit difficult, but at the same time, I like a challenge as a sniper. You can see me trying to get up on this wall here, having a hell of a time. I'm using a secondary pistol too, and you notice that there's going to be some fails when I try to pistol people with it. The recoil on some of the guns is kind of unusual, but I will say that this game has a Call of Duty feel to it when you're in a gunfight. Like if you're using an AR and you're fighting with people up close, definitely has that COD vibe. When you're sniping, it kind of gives you that Battlefield slash Halo vibe more so. People are really far away. It's a one-shot headshot. It's not a one-shot body kill depending on the weapon you're using. And one of the biggest issues I have with the DMR or as any semi-automatic sniper rifle is I struggle with it. And here's that pistol fail I was talking about. I'm not used to this thing at all. I have no idea how to aim it to save my life. But when you're playing a game like this, it's different. It's unique. It's brand new. It's interesting to see. And sniping is somewhat more difficult. I don't like the XPR in Call of Duty because I feel that if I miss, I panic and I spray, and that's exactly what I would do with the Longbow DMR. It's just one of those habits I have. Now, I haven't unlocked the actual bolt action Kraber AP or whatever it's called. I did use it in the beta with the burn card, but it has explosive rounds. And if I remember correctly, those drop down a little bit. So there's a little bit of bullet drop, but from what I understand, it's a one-shot body kill. Or it's a one-shot kill no matter what. And I think that's cool, but at the same time, it's a really slow bolt action. This game feels kind of fast-paced, but it depends on how you play it. And that's what I like about it. You could be in there with a Titan, you could be running around, getting all these Titan kills, just standing in their spawns, going after people, or you can kind of play more conservative as a sniper, and you sit back a little bit, you let people make mistakes, kind of like this one where I almost got killed. I should have got killed, but I think he ran out of ammo. And then you have that assault rifle rush gameplay, and you also get that stealth aspect with the smart pistol. And I think that's really cool because if you want to do something, you want a different type of role, you can choose how you play, and the weapon is going to limit you to what you're doing. And at the same time, you're still not very limited because if you pick one of those classes, let's say you pick a smart pistol, all right, so you know that you need to be flanking, you can kind of get away with rushing a little bit, but an assault rifle will probably just mow you down if they see you. Well, you know what, you can call your Titan in and just go all out if you really want to. You can be right in the middle of it as soon as you want to by pressing that down button and just getting your Titan. And I think that has a really unique pace to it. It's going to change how this game is played. Honestly, if this game was without Titans, I'd love it. Like, it's still cool. But the Titans aren't such a big issue. Like, they're not overpowered. You know, if you don't like Titans killing you, just run away. You know, go find somewhere else to be. You don't really have to engage them. And also, they're really not that hard to kill. I thought they were going to be really difficult and kind of ruin the game, you know, being a mech game. You know, you're like, oh man, these Titans are going to be really strong, they're going to be overpowered, how am I going to deal with that? Well, if you have an arc grenade, you throw one or two, depending on how low their health is, pull out your secondary, your Titan secondary, and just knock it out, you know, it's dead. And it doesn't take that much prop issues, so, like, you know, it's not that much damage to kill. If you have a team and you focus, you can run lobbies. If you're on a bad team by yourself, there is one player skill set thing that I feel that, like, there's a big line there where skill set comes into it, and there's a big line of how good a player is versus his team. And if you are on a team where the players are kind of bad, it's game over no matter what. So I would recommend playing with a team. You'll probably enjoy the game more. You'll probably get a lot of victories. You know, get 2 or 3 of your friends to kind of go in there, you know, kind of talk about what you're doing. You know, if you're trying to destroy a Titan, gang up on them. You know, if you're preventing certain people from, you know, like, hey, there's a couple pilots over here, meet me on this side of the map or whatever, and you just kind of work together. It's definitely going to be more rewarding for you, and I like how that's incorporated into this game. It really helps. But as far as the game goes, I do want to ask you guys, what types of videos would you like me to do? I can continue to snipe. There is a G2, which is a fantastic semi-automatic rifle. It's a one-shot headshot. You put an ACOG scope on it. It's amazing. I would probably make some Titanfall gameplay when I get some downtime, but I really want to see if you guys would be interested in this. I don't know how montages are going to be. I could probably do an entire video on what I want to see with Titanfall, but at the same time, I don't want to ruin a game by trying to put standards on it. I just want people to upload what they enjoy and what they have fun doing. You know, I got a triple headshot, and I was like, hey, that's really cool. And I upload that because it's unique. So anyway, guys, let me know in the comments down below on what you think. Overall, I'm pleasantly surprised with how this game is going, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care.